I have people all the time asking me, directly or indirectly, for help. I love the idea of helping people, but can we actually help people? If so, what is the best way to help people without hindering their progress? I'm gonna break this down, and at the end of this video, I'm gonna share a personal story about my brother who struggled with alcoholism, who ultimately took his own life despite our best efforts to help him. When it comes to helping people, here are 3 things you can look for. Readiness. This is a big one. Is someone actually ready to change? A lot of people like to talk about the problems. A lot of people like to have something to talk about, have a struggle, have something to hold on to, have an excuse of why they can't do X, Y, Z. And so if they're not ready to overcome that issue, then you're not going to be able to help them. Some people just like to have a pet problem, but not actually put that thing behind them. So you need to be able to recognize what it is they're actually trying to accomplish. So in your conversation with them, look for identifiers that say, hey, they're not really ready to overcome this. They're just wanting to talk about it. They're just wanting to vent about this problem. They're not actually looking to overcome this problem. Number 2, seriousness. Here are a few things to see if the person is serious about making changes. Excuses. If you're talking to someone and they're making a bunch of excuses of why they can't be successful, they're not serious. Someone who is ready and serious to make changes is not going to constantly make excuses. Now, they may not understand that, so you may have to say, hey, if you're really wanting success, then we don't make excuses. You have to take ownership of the results of your life. And if you're not making the money you want to make, if you don't have the life you want, if you don't have the family, the marriage you want, then there's one person responsible. It is your responsibility to get to the place you want to get to. Now, once you've told them that, if they're not willing to take ownership, it's time to move on because they don't understand a core principle in how to be successful. Curiosity and open-mindedness. So if you have someone who is curious, that means that they're asking questions. I love to be around people that are asking questions and they're really digging into it. Now, open-mindedness is when you have someone that is maybe not looking for a solution, but when you bring it up, they're like, oh, okay, I didn't think about that. And they're willing to analyze or look at those new opportunities or those new way of doing things. So together, curiosity is that you're seeking out things, and open-mindedness is that you're willing to hear and get feedback and change when the opportunity comes. If someone is not curious or open-minded, it's gonna be hard for them to change because they're gonna be stuck in the ways that they're doing, and obviously what they're doing isn't working if they're looking to improve. So curiosity and open-mindedness is crucial if someone's looking to grow or develop and get beyond where they currently are. Capacity. This is important because we only have so much capacity in each day, each week, each month. And so you probably have more capacity than you think, but you still have a capacity. And so like in my personal life, there are certain things that I'm working on. I'm not trying to work on all the things at once. I'm trying to identify the things that will have the greatest impact, and I focus on those. And once I get them to a certain point, then I go to the next thing. So when you're talking to someone, you need to recognize what they have the capacity to change. And they may only have the capacity to change one thing: get up at the same time every night, eat healthier, go to the gym. Find 1 or 2 things that they can act on today, tomorrow, to start seeing some results. You don't want to go in and be like, well, we gotta rip out your CRM, we're gonna do this, we're gonna change that, you need to fire that person, hire this person, you need to do this, you need to move to a different state. You have to determine a couple things to get some momentum going, starting with a smaller thing that might have minimal impact, but it builds some momentum, and that snowball starts to build up, it gets bigger, and eventually it'll get so big and so strong, it's just gonna keep rolling no matter what. Hey, just a quick pause. Thanks for watching. I'm Adam Robinson. I run the Dyslexic Hustle. If you want to support us, please subscribe. Now here's something that I wanted to talk about. My oldest brother took his life about 2 years ago, despite our best efforts to help him. Some of the things that I learned through that process, and I'm still learning, is that people have to want help. I love my brother. I learned a lot from my brother, but there were some things that he didn't change, and there was things that he didn't overcome, and there's a certain responsibility that falls on us as individuals that we have to make those decisions and we have to do the hard thing. There were many hard things that he did, and for some reason, he just wasn't able to get over that hump. And I could speculate on different things, and that's not really helpful for this video. But in those situations where you're hopeless or you're feeling like you can't overcome something, there are plenty of people who do want to help. And if you don't have someone, get a part of a community. If you're religious, get a part of a church. If you're not religious, then go find a community, tennis or workout. There's great benefits that come just from being a part of people and having a joint purpose and a joint mission. I love like the workout communities. I've gotten into some of those recently, and those things they're like a church. They're all passionate about this thing. Churches are really great because obviously they're really passionate about a thing. Business communities are really great. They're really passionate about things. But you want to get around people who are passionate about something. And as you get in those communities, you start to have a purpose. And with a purpose, you start to develop tools to overcome things that are difficult because you're trying to accomplish something. So don't do it alone, find a community. If you want to learn more things that I learned from my brothers, check out this video.